Let's talk about writing style in an art form that the audience never reads. Having fun yet? There is a standard, correct screenplay format, and I go through it brilliantly, if I do say so myself, in this video. There's a link in the description. Screenwriting style, however, dealer's choice. Anything goes. I mean, what does it even mean, screenwriting style? This is my definition. It's your storytelling voice. How you use the words on a page to steer and engage the reader's mind. Look, no one is going to buy a script for the writing style. I think of screenwriting style like vehicle engineering. It makes the thing work, and sometimes you want it to be snazzy. But mostly it's supposed to be effective yet invisible. So I think it's important to start by recognizing that a script is a unique art form. A script is a set of instructions and a description of an imagined movie and a sales document and a narrative reading experience all at once. Being able to balance all of those things is what makes a good script. And there is no rule for what proportions of those elements you should use. But there is one objective that is more important than anything else. The unique, crucial job of a script is to create the characters and tell their story. The best screenwriters know that this is the one thing scripts do better than anyone or anything else. The central task of screenwriting is creating a dramatic, emotional reality for the reader. Use your style to make the reader feel like they're reading about stuff happening to real people as they read it. So try not to step out of the moment or talk about what the camera is doing or anything that interrupts the magic spell of being with these people in their world. Okay, so then in practical terms, how do we do that? Let's start with some basics. All you have to work with are words on a page. So the words you choose and the order you put them in and how you break them into sentences and paragraphs is really important. Start to care about that. But this is not about proper or formal language. You get no points in screenwriting for sounding like you're in a school. This is about flow and feeling and ideas and imagination. One important tool is sentence structure. Don't just plonk down words the same way every time. Sometimes you use a long and complex sentence that draws the reader in, and then not. See, I just did it, just there. The shape of your sentences and your paragraph breaks steers the mind, tells us what to focus on, tells the imagination what it should be seeing. In general, use short, simple sentences. You can even use sentence fragments. Don't describe the obvious. Fred walks towards the gang members. He stops when he reaches them. Do you really need that last part? Use active verbs. Avoid is and was. Runs, not is running. Instead of Rose is standing in the corner, Rose lurks in the corner. Rose looms in the corner. Rose waits in the corner. Take advantage of the fact that scripts are written in the present tense. He walks into the cabin. She shows her cards to the other players. Make it happen. Make it happen on the page in the moment that you're reading. Okay, one of the most common questions I get about writing style is, how much detail should I write into the script? And the answer is pretty simple and easy to remember. Less is more. Sometimes we do paint with words to inspire a vision in all of our collaborators down the line, but honestly, it is very rare for anyone to want a long, detailed description of anything in a script. Tell the story. Describe things that help us care about the people and what they're doing and saying. Extra words clutter up the reader's brain. They get between the reader and the reality of the events unrolling from sentence to sentence. You want the fewest, clearest, sharpest, most active and emotional words. Okay, I want to shift up a little bit here and talk about tone in a script, because it's a big deal in the industry, but no one can actually define what it is. I think tone is the personality of a script. It's the choice and combination of emotions, the way it looks at people and the world, the philosophy, the attitude. Is it sarcastic? Is it angry? Is it inspiring? Is it romantic? Is it nostalgic? Obviously, all of that is subjective, so be prepared for people not to get it. To help with that, make a list for yourself of shows and movies that have the same tone as the one you're trying to get. So if the subject comes up, you can refer to those. Don't mention them in your script, just study them and try and figure out how they do what you're trying to do. But that also kind of highlights the biggest problem we have when talking about the tone of a script. When most people talk about tone, they talk about the finished film, which includes the work of actors and directors and cinematographers and all of the other artists who make a film. So what can a writer do in the script, in the words, to set a tone? A lot of the tone of a script comes from the attitudes and behavior of the characters. It also comes from the attitude that the script takes toward its characters and its events, which is really the attitude of the writer in the action lines and the description, what you choose to tell us about and how you tell us about it. However, and this one is important, do not tell the actors how to act, or the director how to direct, or the reader how to feel. Don't describe exactly how the camera will move or how the actor will pause and squint. These things are simply not your decision. You cannot control how they do their jobs. If you are feeling that it will only work if they do it exactly this way, you are misunderstanding what a script is. It's a plan that the other artists are going to work from when they do their creative jobs. So instead, use your writing style to suggest cinematic effects without writing them in. Your language can steer the reader to imagine the screen effects that you really should try not to describe. Slow dolly in on Jimmy just makes us think about a camera grip pushing a dolly. But we slowly get closer to Jimmy, at least keeps us in the moment. The watch on his wrist ticks past midnight. We more or less have to see that as a close-up. When you choose to say the wagon train crosses the plains under the cloudless sky, we pretty much have to see that in a wide shot. A paragraph break can be like a mental cut. See the difference? We kind of mentally cut from a shot of Bill to a shot of Susan. Now, some people believe that you should only write what the camera can see or the microphone can hear, because we can't film what they're thinking. But a script isn't just a shooting plan, it's mainly a story about people. And the actor can act what the person is feeling, and the director can shoot the actor doing that. So you can shoot what they are feeling. And if you can't write the inner state, you end up trying to silent movie it like this. Isn't it just a lot better to write? Jimmy picks up the clothes reluctantly with disgust. One great question you can ask yourself when you're about to add something that can't be seen is, how will the audience know that? Internal stuff generally needs to be a reaction to or played out through the things we do see and hear. I think the best approach to how much unfilmable stuff should I write is write mostly what the characters are saying or doing and the world that they are saying or doing it in. Sometimes write what they think or feel, and rarely just write what we see on the screen or talk directly to the reader as their storyteller. Also, you can try writing without any inner description, and if nobody gets what you're doing, you can add some in the next draft, because I promise you, there is always a next draft. Okay, now, stylistic tricks are completely acceptable in screenwriting. Showy style is not a bad thing, but while a dash or an ellipsis or an aside to the audience here and there is cool, doing a lot of them gets annoying. Too much of anything is not good. All of this is stuff you have to try and explore and discover. And one really crucial step to doing that is read a lot of scripts. And don't just read them, slow down and study how they do what they do. Look at how different they can be from each other. Notice what you like reading and then analyze it. Figure out how it works. Go on these here internets and search for Screenplays PDF. Don't pay for scripts. There's plenty of free ones. Look for scripts that have a cover page with ideally a date and or a company name. Read books and plays. Think about the writing style, the voice, the storytelling. How do the writers you like use their language? Try out some different ways. Nobody gets this all at once. You have to try things out and see how they work and tinker with them. Work out your style by experimenting. And remember, style only has to be consistent within a script. No one is tracking your style and holding you to it. Your style can change script to script. Now, there's one last thing I want to talk about regarding writing style, especially since, as I mentioned, the audience is never going to see your script. So who exactly are you writing for? A script has 3 types of reader. There's the reading business, all those contests and script sharing and coverage sites and consultants and teachers and gurus. And then there's industry offices, a whole complex layered ecosystem of producers, executives, agents, managers, and all of their teams. And finally, there is production, the directors, actors, and crew who actually make shows and movies. But luckily, there is a very clear order of importance for you, the writer. The reading business has no power. They're just telling you what they think the industry wants. And you can't get into production and worry about what they need until the industry gatekeepers let you through. So industry offices are really your only actual immediate audience. The problem is all of those producers and executives and companies have different goals and business plans and taste. There is, though, one thing that everyone in the business agrees on about scripts, the secret, hidden truth of the industry. Everyone has too many scripts to read, so they want your script to move. They want you to do your job, which is create the characters and story in dramatic actions with personality and emotion. The core of a script for no budget is the same as for a massive event budget. It's the thing I told you at the beginning of this video, the thing that scripts do better than anyone or anything else in the business. The unique, crucial job of a script is to create the characters and tell their story. That's what your style should be trying to do, creating a dramatic, emotional reality for the reader. Use your style to make the reader feel like they're reading about stuff happening to real people as they read it. So go do that. Get some style going and go write something. If you like this video and subscribe to this channel. Leave me comments, ask me questions in the comments section of this video, or go to writingforscreens.com. Also, try to write it without any inner description. No one gets it? Yeah. Goals and biz. Brilliantly, I may say, maybe, there is a standard correct, what is the, oh, that's it. That's why there's no other word there. How do we do that? Nope, that was bad. I didn't like that at all. So that you can figure out how they get a bad, so close, so damn, that was too bad. I was doing good there. But most of the, but